Welcome back to Modern Warfare 2. In this video we are going through the ultimate guide of how to play DMZ. Jumping straight into this one, if we go along to the weapons tab, you are going to have a few different options. You can see them all on the UI. At the very top you've got your armor carrier that starts off as a 1-plate chest. You can then go and find a 2-plate or a 3-plate whilst you are playing, and when you exfil, if you exfil successfully from this game mode, you will keep your carrier until you die. You'll then lose it and be reset to a 1-plate. You can also hold a gas mask. I've also got a self-revive, and you can have a kill streak if you don't use it in your previous match and you successfully exfil. Then you have your backpack. You've got small, medium, large. You can carry keys, and if we have a look in the key menu, you get 3 uses for each of the keys, and these are going to unlock stashes. So you can save them up. You can hold up to 20 keys, and they are for all different areas of the map. You can also take a weapon as well, so if you have 2 primaries, so say for an example, you've got the Kastov 762, you've got the Signal 50, you can also stow a weapon on your bag as well, so that you can exfil with even more. And then we have our weapons. We've got our tactical, lethal, and field upgrade. The revive pistol is not available to just pick to take into the mode, but I was able to exfil and bring a revive pistol with me. It's going to be incredibly helpful if you can exfil with one of those. The lethal and the tactical, you can just set them up every single match before you jump in. I'm running the spotter scope and the drill charge. And then your weapons, if we go into the tab, you have an insured weapon and you can unlock 2 extra slots when you complete different missions. But you start off with 1, and this is a weapon that you can take from your multiplayer setup. So you can have any weapon you want that you've got unlocked, and you can take these into the match. If you do die, you're unable to exfil, you will lose this weapon. It goes on a cooldown for 2 hours. But when it is on cooldown, if you go into the mode, you find some really valuable items. Say you find a gold bar worth $8,000. If you successfully exfil with loot that's worth quite a bit of money, it takes time off your cooldown. So the weapon's going to come back so that you can use it a lot faster. You do also have contraband weapons. These are weapons you find in the match and you pick up and you exfil with them. They become contraband. They're a one-time use unless you manage to successfully exfil. So if I was to jump in with a Kastov 74U, if I then die, I lose that weapon permanently. If I exfil, I get to keep the gun and take it into another match. So that's a look at the weapons. If we now tab over and we go to the faction missions, if I enable the previous tier missions, you will see something like this: Storm the Stronghold. Acquire a Stronghold keycard, clear a Stronghold of enemy combatants, extract the White Lotus intel found on Stronghold guards. You're going to get rewards. You get Pendulum and 5,000 XP for this one. But you can track up to 3 missions as well. So you'll see that I've got 3 selected. I now need to extract 5 hard drives. I need to do 2 more. I've already done the thumb drives and I found and looted a computer. I also need to spend around $45,000 in a shop or at a shop. And then I need to complete a secure radioactive material contract and loot 4 items from the radioactive caches. Once I've done those, I can move on, and I also have some White Lotus missions available as well. Then once you do all of the Tier 2 story missions for Legion and White Lotus, you unlock the 3rd faction. You get the Tier 3 missions, and they get quite tedious. They do get really, really long, some of them. I've seen a lot of comments on videos for DMZ that I've done, people saying that the challenges or the missions are very long, time consuming, and actually quite boring. But they do earn you XP, you get contraband weapons and stuff as rewards, so it's definitely worth tracking a few and just doing them over time, even if you're not going to focus on them. Then we also have an option with this: you can squad fill or you can run solo. So I'm not going to squad fill because I want to sit there and talk to you about the map and everything like that, but you do have the option to squad fill. It's going to find another 2 members for you, and then you can jump in as a team of 3. You can obviously play this with your friends and stuff as well, so you can play solos, duos, or trios. The mode is designed for players in a 3-player group, so it's realistically designed for trios. But I'm going to jump in solo. It's actually quite easy solo when you get the hang of it. You are going to have some bad luck every now and then, but let's jump into a match and we'll go through the map and everything else. So we're just loading in. This is an extraction-based game mode, and it's going to put you anywhere on the Al Mazrah map. And in this extraction-based game mode, you have a time limit of 30 minutes to get in, do everything you need to do, then get back out. But that 30 minutes is just a base timer. They do extend it by somewhere between 8 and 10 minutes. I can't remember the exact amount of time, but after the 30 minutes is up, you still have up to an extra 10 minutes roughly to get to an exfil and get yourself out. As you are doing that, the gas from the outside of the map is going to start closing in, like it does in Warzone, or typically any Battle Royale. And you're basically racing against time at that point after the 30 minutes, because if that gas area closes in on an exfil point, that exfil point is no longer available. So you are rushed against time, but don't worry about the 30 minutes, that's not a strict timer. So it has spawned us fairly central. And if we have a look at the map, if I zoom it in, these little like doors with people running through them, these are your exfil points. There are 3 in the match. I have seen a match that only has 2, but it only ever happened once. Then here you have the radiated zone. The M13B is a weapon that came into the game with Season 1, and you need to go to the radiated zone to get your hands on it. But then you've also got this weapon drop, this weapon case, and I think there are 7 different things you can collect from this collection. And you get, like, there's a weapon, I think there's an operator skin or something like that. There's some really cool rewards if you go in there, you get the weapon case and you manage to exfil with it. You have to be really, really careful in this mode, because there are lots of people that just sit there and they camp the exfil. So it can be really tough getting out, especially if you're running solo and there's a group of 3 over there. I would say you're pretty much screwed. But another thing is, AI like this can spawn in no matter where you are. They just have their own little routines. They are really tough. They hit like trucks in this mode. But they do drop things like cash. They also drop armor plates. They can be really helpful if you can take out groups of them. And another thing to be careful of in this mode, I'm just trying to concentrate whilst I'm taking these out, is disconnections. If you have your insured weapon like I do now, if there's a problem with the servers, there's a disconnection from the match, my insured weapon will go on to cooldown for 2 hours, even at no fault of my own. Okay, so you can see I got battered by the AI. I'm going to try and get away a little bit. I will go back in and try again. They're still shooting at me. And I'd strongly recommend trying to get a self-revive kit, trying to get a revive pistol, because these AI are ruthless. Right there, I've managed to pick up $1,200 off an AI with an armor plate. Wait, there are things... Okay, so yeah, there are things that are... like, you're unable to shoot through them. But another thing, I'm talking about, like, objects and walls and stuff that don't work properly, or that work way more than they should, because I should be able to shoot through that. With the train in this mode, because there is the train that goes all the way through the map, the train doesn't have solid walls. You can be shot easily through the train. So if you're going for a train run, because it does have really good loot on it, be very, very careful. Okay, I think we're mostly clear at this point now. There are a couple of enemies shooting at me. But when you're in this mode, you get all these different valuables. There are some that are worth thousands. There are some that are worth less than 100. There are some that are worth a couple of hundred. I really need to hide right now. But what you need to do is you need to roam around the map. You need to try and go to as many locations as possible. Gather as much money as you can, because that's also going to give you XP. So that's another thing that might hold you back in this mode as well. I've just cleared out the majority of enemies in that little village, and they sent in a helicopter with armoured reinforcements. So it's not in my best interest to stick in that area anymore. So I'm going to try and get myself in a little bit of a safer area. So I found a random building along the road, and I'm not picking up anything that's worth less than like $500. Because there is normally, I don't know why the loot seems to be so bare bones, there's normally quite a lot of loot. In every single bathroom, you should find a medicine cabinet. They can hold self-revive kits, revive pistols. And with these buildings, be careful, because sometimes the AI set up claymores. There's a weapon in that bag as well. There's a thumb drive in there. I need to extract those. And then jackets, a lot of the time they do have cash. I don't know why this match is screwing me over for loot. So if we look at the map, you'll see that it's quite a busy map. There's a lot of vehicles scattered around. The vehicles have fuel in this mode. So you do need to go to petrol stations and stuff, or gas stations. You can see one right there. But also, there are contracts. And I would not really try these solo. They can be really tough because you have things like secure intel, you've got eliminate HVT, secure the nuclear material, so that'll be the radioactive stuff, but then you've also got strongholds. And if I can find one, here we go, here's a stronghold right here. These strongholds require a key to gain access, but they have some really good loot in. And you can get the key cards to access a stronghold from enemies around the stronghold. And then you'll also be able to complete missions and stuff like finding the White Lotus intel. You'll be able to do things like that when you're in a stronghold. You take down all the enemies, you search an enemy, and they can be carrying that intel. The strongholds are really, really good. There's just so much to this mode. You've even got things like UAV towers. You can go and you can hack them, and you'll basically get a scan of the area. You'll be able to see all the AI and stuff. But you get some heavily armored enemies that come into this mode, and they will absolutely destroy you if you are not careful. Your whole objective with this mode is to get in, loot up, do your missions and stuff, and then get out. But as I said, people do just sit there and they camp the exfil points because they want the easy kill, they want easy loot and stuff. So what I'm going to try now is I'm going to ping the exfil. Because I've managed to pick up a second weapon, I got the Vaznev 9K off one of the enemies. I'm going to try and extract. I did lose my revive pistol, but I've still got everything else intact. And I don't want to stay in this mode trying to grab loot and risk everything that I've got. I'd rather just, because I've got no plates or anything, I'd rather just get out. So what I'm going to do is actually use my spotter scope here. It's the reason I bring this in. Because you'll see there's an enemy in front of us. It starts marking them. So I can now see those two enemies. So I can use that to my advantage to avoid all the hassle that I might have. And you can hear that the AI have started shooting at me. They spot you from stupid distances as well. But hopefully there's no one around this exfil. We managed to get on the chopper. It takes a little while to come in. And if you grab a weapon case or if you get the M13B, you basically get pinged on the map for every other player to see. It basically says, like, oh, there's a high value target. They've got some good rewards. They set you up to get killed by everyone in the lobby. See, this is what I didn't want. That's the extraction chopper coming in. You'll see there's a player down there. If I had a sniper, that would be a nice kill. There's another player over there. So I've marked them both, but I'm not going to start. I'm just going to let them extract. I don't want any trouble. And because that was a short time until the chopper took off, I believe that was their full team. I only saw 2 players, but I believe that was their full team. Because when you get in the chopper, or when the chopper lands, you've got, I believe it's a 35-second timer until it, takes off. Whereas if your entire team's in that chopper, that will go down to 5 seconds. So it'll be much shorter, but you have to wait for the chopper to come in, and then you need to get in there and stay alive until it takes off and you're safe. As soon as that chopper disappears completely, I'm not sure if it's even still up there. No, those players are out. So now, new smoke will go down. There we go, you can see the green smoke coming in. And that means players can now call in for exfil again. So I'm going to run over here, I'm going to try and find myself a nice little hiding spot. So there we go, we've got the exfil helicopter inbound. Unfortunately, I can't hide in them. So what I've got to do now is stay alive until the chopper comes in. Is that AI? Because AI do... That is AI. AI get thrown in to try and kill you whilst you're waiting for exfil as well as other players. So it can be tough going for exfil in this mode. But they've got an armoured truck up there. I'm hoping there's no other players around me. We can see the extraction chopper coming in. If I had a sniper... Oh, I'm going to have to try and take him anyway. There we go. Got that guy. Hopefully there's no more. Come on, chopper, I'd like you to land. Okay, so it's a 35-second timer. You can see it ticking down. And then because I'm in here solo, as soon as I get in, it goes down to a 5-second timer. So as long as your whole team's in the chopper, it goes down to 5 seconds. And then very quickly, we take off. And providing there's no one on that water tower trying to snipe, I'm safe. So there we go, successful exfil. And when the after mission report loads, there we go. So I've got 135 XP for the cash. So it's 10% of the cash you take out, you get an XP. But you'll see, there's a 2-minute, 1-second reduced insured weapon time. So if I had just lost my insured weapon, I'd have 2 minutes less because of the cash that I extracted. But obviously, That's a very, very small amount of cash. You do get things like gold bars, they're worth like 8,000. There's laptops that are, I believe they're 1,500 or something like that. But I got 6,000 XP for that match. I didn't use any tokens or anything like that. And because I did successfully exfil, I get to keep my gas mask, I keep my self-revive, I keep my weapons. But as well as keeping my insured weapon, there's no cooldown on it. I also managed to get that contraband weapon out as well. So now, if we come off this screen here, we go back to the weapons. If I unequip that, I've now got 7 in my stash instead of 6. I got the new Vaznev 9K, so I can take that in if I lose my insured weapon. And now, because I lost the revive pistol, I can choose one of the standard field upgrades in the game, and I normally run munitions box. If I'm not running munitions box, like, it depends on what I'm doing, but sometimes I might run Dead Silence or Battle Rage because that helps out with the radiated zone, although I do now have the M13B, so I don't really need to use that. So yeah, select the weapon that you're comfortable with as your insured weapon. As you progress through the factions, you'll unlock extra slots so you can have like 2 or 3 weapons that are insured. Pick up contraband weapons, do your missions. If we go to the faction missions again, it wasn't actually a thumb drive I needed, it was a hard drive, so that objective's still on 3 out of 5. You can check your objectives in-game. If you just pause the game, you'll see them pop up. So yeah, that was a look at how to play DMZ in Modern Warfare 2. The ultimate guides, that's absolutely everything. The strongholds, the different contracts, the vehicles, the gas stations, armor plates, absolutely everything. I would recommend going into the mode with some missions selected, focus on the missions, but not as much as focusing on getting loot and contraband weapons and stuff. If you do find yourself stuck, your insured weapons on cooldown, you've got no contraband weapons, there is a free option. They'll just give you a random weapon that you can take in, so you don't ever have to go in with fists. However, for certain things, you might want to go in, and you are able to do that. If I go to the weapons one more time, if I unequip the Kastov 7.62, I can then go into the mode of just my bare fists. I could take like a smoke grenade or a stun grenade and a throwing knife, and then I could take down an AI easily. I could grab their gun and start off that way. There's loads of different ways to play this game. I'm hoping in the future, because this mode is currently in beta, I'm hoping in the future they add more depth to it. I would like vendors and stuff where you can buy like black market weapons and things like that. Although we are going to have to see what they do with the mode further down the line. But that was the ultimate guide for how to play DMZ in Modern Warfare 2, and that is going to wrap up this video. Check out this video if you want to see other Modern Warfare 2 content on the channel. I will see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.